Hi friends, it's Angie. Spring has sprung. It's the first day I haven't had to put the heating on in the cabin. I know it's early. We had snow in May here one year, but I'm hoping spring has sprung. So I'm going to do a Bible study, and I'll catch you up on other news in another video. Yep, here we go. I'm sharing the music, praise and worship music from Talk New York, which I'll put a link in for. I had a little freak out over the communion teaching here. I grew up Catholic, and I'm very sensitive about, the work I do exposing Luciferian practices. So it's in the Bible. Transubstantiation is not in the Bible, but do this in memory of me, and the words, unless it's been wrongly translated, there's some heavy words about eat this flesh and drink this blood, but anybody who's researched in the fields that I have is highly sensitized to that. So I had a little freak out about that, but that's okay, it's all good. Here we go. There's no perfect church. There is no perfect church anywhere in the world. I'm just checking because I'm not sure I'm recording. There's another Prudence Halliwell sock puppet account. Where's my recording? Okay, sorry guys, yeah, we are recording, but I didn't do share screen, that's why I forgot. So we'll carry on there. Here we go.
why, so you can have my heart. So I won't.
I'll carry on with that at the end. This church is fairly small in person numbers, but the talent, the performing arts dedicated to Christ's talent, the pianists, the trumpeters, the ballerinas, the ex-hip hop dancers, the singers, the songwriters, it's just God's doing the work, and you know God is a creator. He is the creator, and He made His children creative. He did. So anyway, we're on Thessalonians now, the first book of Thessalonians in the Message translation. I'll do two chapters and then we'll listen to a bit more music. I, Paul, together here with Silas and Timothy, send greetings to the church of Thessalonica, Christians assembled by God the Father and by the Master Jesus Christ. God's amazing grace be with you. God's robust peace. That's what I feel today. There's the sun's shining, spring's in the air, and there's just some peace, you know, peace that passes understanding. And it's nothing to do with the circumstances. There's always circumstances. So convictions of steel. Every time we think of you, we thank God for you. Day and night you're in our prayers as we call to mind your work of faith, your labour of love, and your patience of hope in following our Master, Jesus Christ, before God our Father. It is clear to us, friends, that God not only loves you very much, hear that, people, He not only loves you very much, but also has put His hand on you for something special. It's like Jeremiah 29:11, God says, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans for a hope and a future. When the message we preached came to you, it wasn't just words. Something happened in you. The Holy Spirit put steel in your convictions. It's another of my favourite scriptures where it says, I've set my face like a flint. It's like facing into the winds and the storms of life and just setting your jaw because you know whose you are and who you serve. Do you know that all over the provinces of both Macedonia and Achaia, believers look up to you? The word has gotten around. Your lives are echoing the Master's word, not only in the provinces, but all over the place. The news of your faith in God is out. We don't even have to say anything anymore. You are the message. People come up and tell us how you received us with open arms, how you deserted the dead idols of your old life so you could embrace and serve God, the true God. They marvel at how expectantly you await the arrival of His Son, whom He raised from the dead, Jesus, who rescued us from certain doom. And chapter 2. So friends, it's obvious that our visit to you was no waste of time. We had just been given rough treatment in Philippi, as you know, but that didn't slow us down. We were sure of ourselves in God, and we went right ahead and said our piece, presenting God's message to you, defiant of the opposition. No hidden agendas. God tested us thoroughly to make sure we were qualified to be trusted with this message. Be assured that when we speak to you, we're not after crowd approval, only God approval. Since we've been put through that battery of tests, you're guaranteed that both we and the message are free of error, wow, mixed motives or hidden agendas. Wow, that's a bold claim. We never used words to butter you up. No one knows that better than you. And God knows we never used words as a smokescreen to take advantage of you. Even though we had some standing as Christ's apostles, we never threw our weight around or tried to come across as important with you or anyone else. We weren't standoffish with you. We took you just as you were, just as you were. We were never patronizing, never condescending, but we cared for you the way a mother cares for her children. We loved you dearly. Not content to just pass on the message, we wanted to give you our hearts, and we did. You remember us in those days, friends, working our fingers to the bone up half the night, moonlighting so you wouldn't have the burden of supporting us while we proclaimed God's message to you. You saw with your own eyes how discreet and courteous we were among you, with keen sensitivity to you as fellow believers. And God knows we weren't freeloaders. You experienced it all firsthand. With each of you, we were like a father with his child, holding your hand, whispering encouragement, showing you step by step how to live well before God, who called us into his own kingdom, into this delightful life. And now we look back on all this and thank God, a geyser of thanks. When you get the message of God we preached, you didn't pass it off as just one more human opinion, but you took it to heart as God's true word to you, which it is, God himself at work in you believers. Yeah, Christianity is not a crutch or an option. It's not a smorgasbord. There's truth, and then there's the absence of it. Friends, do you realise that you followed in the exact footsteps of the churches of God in Judea, those who were the first to follow in the footsteps of Jesus Christ? You got the same bad treatment from your countrymen as they did from theirs. The Jews who killed the Master Jesus, to say nothing of the prophets, and followed it up by running us out of town. They make themselves offensive to God and everyone else by trying to keep us from telling people who've never heard of our God how to be saved. They've made a career of opposing God and have gotten mighty good at it. But God is fed up, ready to put an end to it. Do you have any idea how very homesick we became for you, dear friends? Even though it hadn't been that long and it was only our bodies that were separated from you, not our hearts. We tried our very best to get back to see you. You can't imagine how much we missed you. Paul, tried over and over to get back, but Satan thwarted us each time. Who do you think we're going to be proud of when our Master Jesus appears if it's not you? You are our pride and joy. That's lovely. Go back to the music a little bit more.
Hold back from you what you want. I won't hold back from you. This place called home, you can have my heart. You can have my heart.
leave a link to that. I could just bathe in that. So look, have a lovely weekend, and I just pray to be equipped and sustained and empowered, and for you too, to rise to the challenges of the coming week. To rest, you know, it's Sabbath, I usually rest on a Saturday and then do family stuff on a Sunday, but I just pray that God equips us to rise to the challenges, because there will be challenges and persecutions and opposition, you know, but God is greater. So I just pray for that peace as well to be present in all of our coming week. There's links in the description. God bless.